Today we are going to build a new bonsai table. Here we're going to rip these planks in half because I rather have them skinnier to let more water go and not have so much standing water. I have 6 of them. They're 2 meter 50 each. We're going to cut them right down the middle to give us 2 pieces which are 7 centimeter. And then these get ripped right down the center as well, and that's going to give us the under supports that we have. I don't really know how wide everything is going to be yet, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I know this needs to get ripped. All those need to get ripped, and that needs to get ripped on the table saw, and then we're going to cut these down using the slide. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is the combination I've decided on. I just ripped them in half. So this is one board, this is one board, and we have a half of a board. They're 7 centimeters a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 35 centimeters of wood. I'm going to gap them by a centimeter. So 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. So these pieces need to be cut into lengths of 39. This table's only 2 meter, and I used one here, and one here. For this table, because it's bigger, I'm gonna do 4 across the middle. So I need 4 of those cut at 39. And then this one I'm doing 4 exactly the same. And I already measured all of that stuff out. I need 4 pieces, 39 for a total of 156 centimeter. I need 4 pieces at 55 is going to be the bottom bench. And so that gives me 220. Those pieces should give me enough to make all of the supports that I need to do. So I'm pretty much done ripping. So we're gonna put the slide on and cut these to 39 centimeter pieces and 55 centimeter pieces. Then the only other thing that we really need to do is to cut these long beams. It's going to be for here and for a support on the back. We're not going to do a roof on this. Hopefully I'm not messing up, but I don't have the wood to do that. So we're gonna make this 50 centimeter like this is in the front, and this back here in the back is going to be 1. And I have this big piece, which I don't really like, to create the end cap pieces. Basically copy this exactly. So time to cut these down into blocks. Here's how the slide works. It has 2 grooves that matches the grooves here. That sits on there. You can see when that goes inside, the saw blade is more or less lining up with the cut piece on the wood. Have it marked at 39. 39 will go right there on the part where the slide is. Now, turn on this saw. At 39. But there's all 4 of my pieces. Pretty close. Not perfect. If you had a chop saw, it'd be much better, and not a homemade slide. It's within a millimeter or 2, and that's good enough for an old crusty bonsai bench. So now I need to take these and what I have left of this and 55 centimeter pieces to make 4. Okay, the 4 long ones are cut. They're basically gonna go like that. These are gonna go across there like that. Now I need to cut the end pieces. I wanna show the calculation real quick. It's really simple. We're just mimicking this table exactly, except for this lower piece that sticks out. It actually kind of gets in the way. It doesn't serve any purpose other than to keep the line here and here the same, which doesn't make any sense. It's extra wood that's a waste. So this is how this one is shaped. You can see it's keeping the line. I'm going to take that out so it will look like this. So if the top was 39, if you put it right in the middle, from the center of the post, you have the 19.5 centimeter. So if you add 19.5 down here plus the 55, plus you want to go to the outside of this beam because you got to screw into it, you end up with 81.5. So I need 2 pieces at 81.5, and I need 2 pieces at 39. So this piece is like 6 meters long, so cutting it on the table saw is not an option. This end is pretty ugly, so I'm getting rid of that. Made a straight line across here. I'm just gonna use a jigsaw and just take it off. I'm not overly worried about accuracy on this too much, honestly. I just need a table to hold a bunch of ugly trees right now. It's more or less what I'm looking for. Now I gotta cut these into the lengths that I need. Cut the angles for everybody. These are the leg posts. So this one only has 2. For this one, I'm going to do 3. So these are 250 each. I can cut it here. 1 meter, 1 meter, then I'll have a 50. 1 meter, that'll give me my 3, and then I'll have 2 more 50s. Maybe I'm going to do the supports here on the side and have this really long piece that I might do at an angle or something with him. I got a bunch of other stuff. We'll see, but I'm gonna go ahead and measure these out for the legs at 1 meter and then 50 centimeters. The legs are cut, and you can see, unfortunately, because of the thickness of the blade, and these are not exactly 250s, I'm about a ½ centimeter too short. Not to worry, we'll just stick something underneath that leg to bump it up to the level that we need, a little ½ centimeter shim, which I have lots of them. So the legs are done. It's time to assemble everything. Got some thunderstorms coming. I don't know if I can get this finished, but this is just the layout for the legs. Then the bigger table will lay across here. And of course the smaller table sits up here. It goes together like this. Well, the rain came, so we pulled everything inside just in time. We gotta wait. Sunshine has showed back up, but it's super wet because it stormed all night last night. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try and build everything on the porch. First we're gonna do is build the legs. So that completes the legs, an outside and an inside set. I want to put these together. Gotta mark out where all of the 4 pieces are gonna go and put them all together. All right, that takes care of the top. I gotta do the same with the bottom to make it look like this. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, the bottom table is done. Top table is done. And it's time to put this thing together. Right, it's got its middle legs put on, and that's what the table is looking like. I need to run a support across the back to keep this leg from wobbling back and forth. And then from this leg back to that one. Okay, so that finishes the build of the new bonsai bench. Wasn't taking too long. I guess it took me 10-12 hours to do everything. Burned the legs on it so that it will resist rotting a little bit better. The entire thing's made out of Douglas fir, so it should do pretty well in the weather. I'm not putting any kind of chemical coating on top of it because I like that graying, aging look. It's typical in Japan to see stuff like that. If it's not burned, they just let it gray and get old, and it's a style that I like. But anyway, that is the end of this video, and it's now time to put plants on there. Hope you enjoyed.